All grace to Divine Grace is Bhaktivedanta, Bhagavatam. Hey Prabhu. Yeah. So, it is our great fortune that somehow Guru Krishna and Vaishnavas we have assembled here in this wonderful temple, and especially for this wonderful Śrīmad Bhāgavatam class. This is a glorification of Krishna, not only Krishna but his devotees, the interaction between Krishna and his devotees. The love which is coming out from the pages of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is so wonderful, it is so auspicious that when we read Śrīmad Bhāgavatam every day, even if one word Prabhupada says, one line, then our life becomes transformed. We become Krishna conscious. So let us take that opportunity today, this morning, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and all the Guru Parampara Acharyas, that they have showered us with this Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Amala Puran. So today we will be covering Canto 9, Chapter 9, Text 31. Before that, let us pray to Radha Madhava for their blessings. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Jai Jai Vishwapad Paramahansa Prevajikacharya Sutta Shri Śrīmad Shri Gurudev ki Jai Jai Vishwapad Paramahansa Prevajikacharya Sutta Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. ISKCON everybody Founder-Acharya Shri Prabhupada ki Jai Jai Vishwapad Paramahansa Prevajikacharya Sutta Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Ananda Koreveshwan ki Jai, Namacharya Shraddhas Thakur ki Jai, Six Goswamis ki Jai, Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktanda ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki Jai, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai, Shri Mayapur Dham ki Jai, Shri Navdeep Dham ki Jai, Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki Jai, Ganga Maiya ki Jai, Yamuna Maiya ki Jai, Tulsi Devi ki Jai, Bhakti Devi ki Jai, Shyama Veta Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai, Gaura Premanande Haribo, all glories to Srimad Bhagavatam, Hare Krishna, all glories to Srimad Bhagavatam, Hare Krishna, all glories to Srimad Bhagavatam, Hare Krishna, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today, this morning, we are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 9. Canto 9 is titled as Liberation, that is Mukti. And Chapter 9, that is the dynasty of Anshuman. Anshuman is a great king, and we are hearing his family life line. So today we are covering text 31. Tasya sadhoha apapasya brunusya brahmana vyadina kathama vadham yatha baboro manayate satmata bhavan tasya sadhur apapasya brunusya brahmavadinah katham vadam yatha babor manyate sanmato bhavan tasya sadhur apapasya brunasya brahmavadinah katham vadam yatha babor manyate sanmato bhavan tasya sadhur apapasya brunasya brahmavadinah katham vadam yatha babor manyate sanmato bhavan. Tasya sadhura papasya brunasya brahmavadinah kadam vadam yada babor manyate sanamato bhavan tasya sadhura papasya brunasya brahmavadinah kadam vadam yadha babor manyate sanmato bhajan. Anyone else? Last chance. Okay. Tasya, of him. Sadho, of the great saintly persons. Apapasya, of one who has no sinful life. Runasya, of the embryo. Brahmavadinah, of one who is well versed in Vedic knowledge. Katham, how. Vadam, the killing. Yatha, as. Babhor, babhorah, of cow. Manyate, are thinking. You are thinking. Satmataha, well recognized by higher circles. Bhavan, your good self. Translation and purports by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta, Swami Prabhupada and Guru Parampara Ki Jai. Translation. You are well known and worshipped in learned circles. How dare you kill this Brahmana, who is a saintly, sinless person, well versed in Vedic knowledge? Killing him would be like destroying the embryo within the womb or killing a cow. Purport. As stated in Amara Kosha Dictionary, Bruno or Bhake Bala Garbhe. The word Brun refers either to the cow or to the living entity in embryo. According to Vedic culture, destroying the undeveloped embryo of the soul in the womb is as sinful as killing a cow or a brahmana. In the embryo, the living entity is present in an undeveloped stage. The modern scientific theory that the life is a combination of chemicals is nonsense. Scientists cannot manufacture living beings, even like those born from eggs. The idea that scientists can develop a chemical situation resembling that of an egg and bring life from it is nonsensical. Their theory that a chemical combination can have life may be accepted, But these rascals cannot create such a combination. These words refers to Bhrunasya Vadham, the killing of a Bhrun or destruction of the embryo. Here is a challenge from the Vedic literature. The crude atheistic understanding that the living entity is a combination of matter belongs to the grossest ignorance. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshrumitam Yena Tashmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamasya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamasya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagadapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpadarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Bhaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we have assembled here for Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Translation again. You are well known and worshipped in learned circles. How dare you kill this Brahmana, who is a saintly, sinless person, well versed in Vedic knowledge. Killing him would be like destroying the embryo within the womb or killing a cow. So who is speaking? This sentence, a Brahmani is speaking. For whom? Her husband. She is speaking. And how is she saying? She is praying or she is requesting. To whom? The person who is about to kill her husband. So she is requesting. Desperately she is requesting. So how we have reached here? So this chapter, this canto is liberation. Liberation is talking about what? It's talking about mukti. So before we reach to Krishna, then we already get liberation. So canto 10 is about Krishna, Krishna's pastime. But then before even we reach to Krishna, as soon as we come in association with Krishna, Krishna's associates, his process, then what happens? We become liberated. Liberated from what? Liberated from the cycle of birth and death. So even though we could be living here, but we are not affected by it. So then that state is called mukti. We are mukta. We are liberated from the clutches of Maya, because now we are in constant with Krishna. And then what happens? As we progress in Krishna consciousness, as we develop pure bhakti, as we develop pure love for Krishna, what happens? We achieve Krishna's wonderful face, Krishna's wonderful lotus feet, Krishna's wonderful personal services. So here that is Canto 9, and then as we move to different chapters, we reach here in chapter 9. So basically it was talking about all these chapters, talking about different things. Especially we saw the, I think it's about here, Durvasa Muni cursed, and then king of the Sagara, the sons of Sagara, and then they offended Kapila Muni, and then later Bhagirath came, and then he worshipped Mother Ganga, and then he worshipped Lord Shiva, and then Mother Ganga appeared here. So as we progress further, what happens? Then we talk about a king, Saudasha. So what happened is, when he was roaming around in the forest, somehow he came across 2 man-eater Rakshasas. So then what did he do? He killed one of them. And then brother, he said, okay, you go. Somehow he said, that's his choice. Then he said, okay, you go. So then that brother, because he was Rakshasa, so he had mentality of revenge. He had a mentality of fighting. So he didn't appear in front of the king. Rather he said, I will create some ways so that this king becomes affected. So what did he do? He became a cook in his kitchen. So then he went. And then when his spiritual master or the teacher, Vasishtha came, so then this cook, who is Rakshasa, man-eater, so then of course he would have a human flesh ready. So then he mixed human flesh with the food and then he served to Vasishtha. And then Vasishtha, out of his vision, he saw that this has happened. But then somehow he didn't realize fully, because the next verse says that he repented. He lamented that, oh, I cursed. So actually he saw, and then somehow he cursed the king. Because king is responsible for all the living entities under whom they are working. So he is responsible. So somehow he cursed him. That, oh, you have served this flesh, human flesh, now you become man-eating Rakshasa. So then what happened? Actually, straight away, the king developed some black spot in his leg. And then his name was given Kamala or something, I forgot. So then, understand that his face, his attire, his everything as he is like king. But then his mentality has become man-eating Rakshasa. So then again, he was going out and then somehow he came across this couple. Now the Brahmana or Brahmani, the wife of Brahmana, she has requested her husband to give a child. So they were having union. And then this Rakshasa, actually the king, Saudash, he reached there. And then somehow that tendency came up. And then he wanted to kill that Brahmana and eat. Man-eating. Not woman-eating, man-eating. So he was about to kill this Brahmana, and then this Brahmani, the wife of Brahmana, she is praying that, O king, now consider the situation. What is that? In this verse we can see a couple of things, like 3 things. So first one is his appearance. So from external perspective, because here see the word is saying, you are well known and worshipped in learned circles. Now Krishna also admires kings. How? Raja Rishi. See this evam param praptam. He says in Bhagavad Gita, this wonderful knowledge, this transcendent knowledge was passed down from the disciplic succession in the kingly lineage. What is that? He spoke to sun god, and then Vivaswan to Manu, and Manu to Ikshvaku. This is how he's coming down. So here, from external perspective, he looks like a king, but then mentality is of man-eating Rakshasa. So she is seeing externally that you are well known and worshipped in learned circles. How dare you kill this Brahmana, who is a saintly and sinless person? So Brahmana are what? They are sinless. Why? Because they understand Brahman, they understand the Supreme Brahman, they understand Krishna or Lord Vishnu, and then they are seeing everything in relation to Krishna. So somehow, even though they could be engaged in some other activities, but then their concentration is on Krishna. And when we are in connection with Krishna, what happens? Krishna says, Sarva dharman paritajya maham ekam sharanam aham tvam sarva papyabhyo. He says, he will take away all our sinful reactions. So then Brahmana is constantly in touch with Krishna. And then, well versed in Vedic knowledge. Killing him would be destroying the embryo within the womb or killing a cow. So let us go through one by one. So, like this is how I have put forward. One is this main 3 subject matters. One is talking about karma chakra. So as we can see, so Vasishtha cursed this poor king, and then he realized his mistake, and then he went for tapasya. And then he did the tapasya. But then this poor king, he got the curse. Now he developed the tendency of man-eating Rakshasa. And now, as we progress, we will see even the Brahmani, because he will kill this Brahmana. So then Brahmani will also curse him. So this tendency is going on. We curse each other. We say bad things about each other. And this cycle goes on. This cycle goes on. It never finishes. Unless we become Krishna conscious. Unless we learn to forgive. This is what we see, the wonderful example of forgiveness. Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. The sinful tendency, Jagai and Madai, they had the sinful tendency. But then, as Jagai and Madai took the shelter of Lord Nityananda, and then he prayed, "Oh my Lord, you are about to kill them with your Sudarshan Chakra, don't kill them. If you start killing them, then this whole Kali Yuga population is full of these sinful activities. How many we have to kill? Better you don't kill them, you purify them." And then he said, "Okay, you chant Hare Krishna, don't do this again." And you go back home, back to Godhead. So, this cycle, karma chakra will continue. We will curse each other and then we destroy each other. And then second thing is talking about killing a Brahmana, cow and embryo. Now killing a Brahmana, consider when we offer our offering to Krishna, we pray. How we pray? Namo Brahmane Devaya Go Brahmane Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. That we are praying that let me offer my respectful obeisances to Lord Krishna, who is the worshipable deity for all Brahminical men, who is the well-wisher of cows and Brahmanas, and who is always benefiting the whole world. I offer my repeated obeisances to the personality of Godhead known as Krishna and Govinda. So, consider how much Krishna has love for cows and Brahmanas. And then we are killing, especially in this Kali Yuga, everyone is killing two things. One is, not everyone, most population is killing two things. Brahmana, they are not having any culture of Krishna consciousness. Brahmana means what? Krishna conscious culture. They don't support, rather they want to kill that culture somehow or other. They want to kill God, they want to kill Krishna, they want to kill that culture. And then, most importantly, they want to kill cows. And now abortions are also happening. Then, if we see further, we are just going one by one. That is Brahmana. So we cover the Brahmana. And then second is talking about you are well versed in Vedic knowledge. What is the Vedic knowledge? So Vedic knowledge, in summary, related to this subject, what we are discussing, there is a teaching what? We don't kill these 5 personalities or 5 things. Rather we protect them. Who is that? Who are those personalities? So one is a child. We don't kill child, we don't punish child. Especially we don't give them the execution punishment. The second is woman. And then third is old person. Fourth is Brahmana and fifth is cow. Why? Because the whole society depends on them. Especially the women, mother. We have so many. How many mothers we have? We have 7 mothers. Right? Did I write here? Okay. Yes. There are 7 mothers. Which are they? So, there are 7 kinds of mothers according to Vedic injunction. The real mother, the one who gives birth. The wife of a teacher or spiritual master, that is Guru Mata. The third is wife of king. The fourth is wife of Brahmana. The cow, the nurse, Dhatri. And then Mother Earth. And this is nicely explained in Krishna book. Chapter 6, when Krishna is killing Putana. So, the first demon Krishna had to kill is in the form of wife, in the form of woman, nurse. She came as a nurse, Dhatri. She wanted to give milk, but with poison, not with sugar or honey. So then Krishna had to kill her. But we still give protection. How? We maintain them. Especially we respect women. We have so many wonderful Vaishnavis, women. We call them Mata. And then mother cow, because we drink cow milk, dairy milk. So that's one thing, because that's how he says that you are well versed in Vedic knowledge. And then you are killing him. That killing is killing like embryo in the womb or killing a cow. So then further if we see some of the real facts. So now we see the real facts. These facts are given in websites. Abortions. What is abortion? Basically, you abort the child. You don't want child, that's unwanted child, abort. Then second is, somehow it happened, mistake, okay, abort. As if this is like a thing which you just destroy. It's not necessary, okay, just put it outside. That's what we do in Australia. Okay, it's not usable, or I want to get a new one. Okay, the other thing goes out in the front lawn. Somebody will pick it up. So nowadays, if you see the videos in India, because now the webcams, the security camera everywhere. So then they catch so many things. Especially in India, you would see that women, they are putting the newborn child as a garbage in the trash can. And the dogs would come, they will eat it away. This is how much sinful. They say, okay, abortion, I can't do the abortion, but then what can I do? I can't abort, but then at least I can put it in a rubbish bin. The child, I can. So that means no feeling. Consider, someone is coming out. Mothers would understand their feeling. The child is coming out from your womb, from your body part, and how much affection you should have. This is not like a stool that you just flush it out. This is a child. And now they are doing abortion. Look at the numbers. So this is according to, I didn't do the research. I just did the research of those who are doing the research. So this is World Health Organization. We call it WHO. So according to WHO, every year in the world there are around 73 million induced abortions. How much? 73 million. And this corresponds approximately 200,000 abortions per day. 200,000 abortions per day. Consider what is going on. How much. We just saw that this king, he didn't do anything. The cook, somehow with malicious intention, he came to his kingdom and then he went to the kitchen, and that's why we don't let anyone go in our kitchen. We have proper structure, that, proper devotee dress, proper devotee culture, and then proper intention. They go and they cook. Otherwise some Rakshasa will come and he will mix meat with it. Right? So this Rakshasa, now that king, he didn't know this is going on, but then king got cursed. So now consider, these many abortions are going on every day, 200,000 abortions per day. What will happen? Who will get the curse? Everyone. Whoever is in the cycle, they will get the curse. Because nowadays everything is connected. Just like internet. Internet is connecting everything. Actually, internet is not connecting our heart. It's connecting our mouth and our ears, but not the heart. The heart is still empty. Because the connection is come from Krishna and Krishna's devotees. They are the real connections. Because they don't have this connection, they don't feel like Vidya Vinay Sampane Brahmane Gavi Hastine Sunichena Swapakacha Pandita Samadarshina. They don't see these Maime Maamsa Jiva Bhuta Jiva Loka Sanatana. They don't see that this living entity is Krishna's part and parcel. They don't see that. For them, this is just a product. Some unwanted item has come in their body and now they want to flush it out. Now, if that number, if it corresponds, that is 200,000 abortions per day, that corresponds 61% of unintended pregnancy. Unintended. In India, especially the Vedic culture, nowadays is changing. Now, recently I went to India, and somehow with our parents, we have to sit down. So sometimes they see the TV, especially IPL was going on. So in the whole family is sitting and nicely going on, and all of a sudden, even in India, the advertisement will come. What? KFC. And the other advertisement will come for the union thing. Men and women lust. Somehow they advertise. So then what happens? They do the unintended, unwanted pregnancies. They don't want, but then it happens. Now coming to the real facts for cow slaughtering. Again, this is from the sources, that is ourworldindata.org. What they are saying? In Australia, now this is 2025, we are talking about 23-24, last year. In 23-24, Australia produced 7.7 million head of cattle. They produce, what does it mean? Head, it's not talking about the cow, it's talking about the head of the cow. Means they kill, how many? 7.7 million head. 7.7 million. According to Meat and Livestock Australia, which is 22% increase compared to previous year. That means that has increased and it will keep increasing. So what happens to them? What happens to them? How much curse they will get? It is said in scriptures that the number, how many numbers the hair on the cow's body, that many lifestyles they have to go through the abortion, in the sense they will be killed that many times. The person who is supporting cow killing, especially cow killing. Now, that number corresponds what? 900,000 cows slaughtered every day. 900,000. That means yearly how much it becomes? 328,500,000 every year. So what happens to them? 900,000, that number, if as soon as we read this number, something has to stuck. As soon as we read this number in terms of cows, then some number comes in relation with Krishna. 900,000 cows. Who had the 900,000 cows? Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj had 900,000 cows. And then Vrishabhanu, that is Radharani's father, how many? He had 2 million cows. So, while this is going on, so what is the solution for us? What can we do? We heard this, so what change we can make? Because we are hearing Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, so what is the purpose of reading Śrīmad Bhāgavatam? The purpose is we need to transform our character, we need to transform our heart. And how we can do that? Applying it little by little, gradually, understanding. So what does it mean? So the first solution is we continue chanting Hare Krishna. This is the ultimate aim of our life. No matter what happens to our life, No matter what happens externally, whatever situation we could be, we must continue chanting Hare Krishna. Why? Because then we will remain in connection with Radha and Krishna constantly. Whether we are not comfortable with XYZ person, we are not comfortable with this situation, that situation, temple, this, that, doesn't matter. We must continue chanting Hare Krishna. Because this is why Lord Chaitanya has appeared. Lord Chaitanya has appeared freely distributing Krishna consciousness in the form of chanting Hare Krishna. So no matter what happens, we must go out chanting Hare Krishna. The second thing is going out on Sankirtan. Why Sankirtan? Especially Sankirtan. Especially because these people, where are they? Those who are killing, where are they? They are there in the offices, they are there in the residence, they are there in the shopping mall. When we don't go out, what happens? They will remain like that. They will remain like that. When we go out, what happens? They will hear chanting Hare Krishna. They will hear Hare Krishna. What will happen? That Hare Krishna will go to their heart and then it will transform them. One of the Bhaktivedanta member recently mentioned that by, I'm not praising myself, but then ourselves, but recently he mentioned that now they cut down, they stop eating non-veg over the period. Now that didn't happen straight away. It took 2 years for them to come to, but he is so happy. He's so happy that they became from non-vegetarian to vegetarian. He still takes eggs, but that he will change. So that process, this process will help. We just need to be there. We just need to, just like one day I heard with Devamrit Swami Maharaj giving that lecture many years back, about 4 years back. I was in the shower and I heard the lecture. And he said, we just need to be there. He said in terms of the book distribution. Even if we can't do books, that's okay. You just be there with the book. You just be there. Krishna arranges everything. Krishna arranges. Just like that, we just need to be there on the Sankirtan. Just at least once a week, at least twice a week. We just be there because these people will hear chanting Hare Krishna. It will change their life. It will change their life. And they will stop killing their cow and they will stop doing the abortions, especially young people. Because they don't have anything to do. For them the enjoyment is having union. And then doing this unwanted pregnancy and going to the clinic and abort the child. The second is buy ahimsa milk or our mother cow dairy milk or Hare Krishna Valley milk products. And gradually we are increasing that we may have more supply. So, and if you can't do that, then at least offer your milk to Krishna. People, they say, stop drinking milk. I have a different understanding. If we stop drinking milk, it doesn't mean they will stop killing these cows. Somebody else will take. The restaurants, how much paneer they are taking. That means to produce that paneer, they need so much of milk. To produce that milk, they need so much of cows. And then they want to do the fertilization, artificial fertilization. So that's not the solution. Rather, if we have to drink milk, we do drink milk. We offer it to Krishna. Krishna doesn't stop drinking milk because he's coward. So what happens? We offer to Krishna. We offer to Hare Krishna. We offer to Radha Vallabh. We take as a prasadam. So what will happen? The cow will get benefit. Cow will get benefit. And then she will have a chance to come out from karma chakra cycle. And then second solution is talking about the Brahmana. So we need to prepare Brahmanas. First we become Brahmana and then we go out and prepare Brahmanas. Little by little. We are not in hurry. We can just do it nicely. Brahmanas, Vaishnavas, we feed them prasadam. So when they are happy, the atmosphere. If you see the Pandavas, the way Pandavas lived, Pandavas invited, even while they were in exile, they were in their 13 years forest life, they still invited the sages. And actually the sages, when they heard that Pandavas are going in the forest, so they actually came because they also wanted to associate with this saintly Raja Rishi, the Pandavas and Draupadi. They wanted to associate. So they also came. But then Yudhishthira Maharaj, he felt like, oh, when I was king, I had all the facilities, and now I don't have any facilities. How can I serve? So he kindly requested, my dear Brahmanas, please don't stay with us. Please don't come along with us. We are going here and there. We don't have any facilities to serve you. They said, don't worry. We will be happy the way you are keeping us. Even if you feed us water, some fruits, that's okay. That should be fine. So then Yudhishthira Maharaj, what can he answer? So rather he prayed. So I'm not sure, Varuna or some other demigod, he appeared and he blessed them that you will have constant supply of all the necessities of life. And this is how Draupadi got that patra, Akshay Patra, that she can feed any number of guests, any number of living entities. It will, the food, the meal will keep coming. First they offer it to Krishna. And then when Draupadi will take, after her milk, it will stop for that day. And then next day, it should start again. So, when we create that atmosphere of worshipping Brahmanas, worshipping Vaishnavas, what happens? All the opulences come. So then we want to go out and create the whole world as Vaishnavas and Brahmanas. Then the third is about the Vedic culture. If we don't know all these rules and regulations, what will happen? We will keep the tendency of man-eating Rakshasas. We will not eat actually, but rather we will quarrel and we will destroy each other. That's what is happening in the world. So we have to become well-versed in our bhakti scriptures. What is that? We can do Bhakti Shastri as we have here, ISKCON Melbourne Education Center. We can do Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, Bhaktivedanta, Bhakti Sarvabhauma, and finally Eternal Bhakti. And then here Prabhupada is talking specially about who? He's talking about the crude. Here is a challenge from Vedic literature. The crude and atheistic understanding that the living entity is combination of matter belongs to the grossest ignorance. So how we can destroy that ignorance? First, we have to clear our ignorance. When I studied 10, 11, 12, I was also given this Darwin theory, and then that soup, what is it called? In Gujarati we studied amino acid and something soup. Huh? Yeah, that soup. That time I accepted because I didn't know all this knowledge, real knowledge. I didn't know. That time I accepted. I was thinking, oh, how wonderful it would be if I would be present there, in the sense, seeing how this is happening, you know. I was that much fascinated. And later when, by Prabhupada's mercy, when understood, so then we see, oh, life comes from life. And who is that life? That is Krishna. Krishna says, I am the source of all the living entities. So what we need to do? We need to go out and distribute that book called Life Comes from Life. Wonderful book. And finally we see some Vedic examples, and then we stop. So in the Vedic way of our living, we had so many wonderful examples for such culture, which we have to adopt. What is that? So, where did Krishna appear? Krishna appeared in Mathura. But then, where did he go? He went to Nanda Maharaj. Why? Because he wanted to play with Nanda Maharaj, who is cowherd. And then, he wanted to play with cows. So Nanda Maharaj had how many cows? 900,000 cows. Krishna, he knew, oh, I want to play with the cows. Let me go there. So can I play with cows? So Krishna and Balaram both came to Nanda Maharaj, who had 900,000 cows. Out of 900, he gave 200,000 to Brahmanas. Look, he had 900,000 cows, and when Krishna appeared, he gave 200,000 cows to Brahmanas. Just gave. And not only cows, but then it's given as decorated with gold and so much of ornaments, properly dressed. This is written in Krishna book, chapter 5. Then Maharaj Rishabhanu had 2 million cows. And Kadam Kanan Maharaj nicely explains, what does it mean? It means that wherever you go, there is a cow. If you go to your kitchen, there is a cow standing there. If you go to bathroom, there is a cow standing there. Wherever you go, there is a cow. Then we see the example of Parikshit Maharaj. What did he do? He tried to kill the person who was killing the cow, Kali personification. Then Mother Earth, she took the form of cow and went to Lord Brahma to pray so that she can become free from these unwanted elements. And this right now, I wonder how much she must be praying. She must be praying so hard that this Kali Yuga has started. Then we see the Surbhi cow, King Indra. King Indra was in trouble because he did that naughty thing of punishing or trying to punish Vrindavan Vasis. And Krishna says, oh, hang on, I can show you. Then he lifted the Govardhan. And then he realized. So then he took the shelter of mother cow, Surbhi cow. And the Surbhi cow came and she worshipped Krishna with her milk. Then Krishna Balaram playing with cows. Then Shyamakund, Radhakund appeared. Why? Because of Krishna killed a demon who was in form of bull. So Radharani said, oh, you killed the bull. Now you must repent. You must do some wonderful austerity. You do this, digging out this kund. No, take the holy deep in the water. And then Krishna says, okay, no, I don't have to go out. Rather, I create the kund here. So Shama Kund and Radha Kund. Then Jamadagni. Jamadagni had Kamadhenu cow. So this king, Kartavirya Arjun, who was so powerful that he had 1,000 arms, 500 this side, 500 this side, and then he dragged Ravana and he put in his arm. Ravana. So that person, he wanted Kamadhenu cow. Not by request, but by force, because he was Kshatriya, he had power. So he went to Jamadagni. And Jamadagni, he served so nicely. And he realized, oh, hang on, I'm a king. All these soldiers are here. And how come this tiny rishi can serve so much of nice opulent meal to these soldiers and myself? What's going on? So then he inquired. So then he said, oh, I have a Surbhi cow who supplies all the necessities. Oh, that belongs to me because it's my kingdom. So no, it's given to me as a gift from the Devata. I can't give you because it's a blessing. And you will misuse for your own purpose. So then he dragged. And then what happened? Lord Parshuram killed him. Not only him, but those who were like him. He killed them. So formally, a rich person is considered rich if he possesses many cows. Dhanyena. This is what Srila Prabhupada says in Honolulu arrival lecture. We discuss about 7 mothers. And now the last part is about life comes from life. About the embryo. We covered that one. The personality of Godhead said, under the supervision of the Supreme Lord, according to the result of his work. The living entity, the soul, is made to enter into the womb of a woman through the particle of a male semen to assume a particular type of body. This is how life comes in the womb. Karma deva nitrena. Under the supervision of the Supreme Lord and according to the result of his work, that is karma. And deva nitrena, that means the supervision of Krishna, supervision of the higher authority. The embryo, the soul comes into that particular womb, to that semen and then to that womb. Not just chemical composition. So at least we should be thorough with our Vedic way of understanding, so that at least we won't become cow killer. So with that, I stop here. If any question or comment or correction. No? Okay then. Just give you the number. Just this is why we have to become Krishna conscious. Even though we could be tiny, but our chanting Hare Krishna is making difference. That we have to understand. Why? Because this world is so bad, in the sense, so gross. This is given in our world in data, the website .org. What they are saying, every day how much? How many animals getting slaughtered for meat every day? So numbers are, of course, they can't give exactly, but at least this many. 900,000 cows every day. 1.4 million goats every day. 1.7 million sheep every day. 3.8 million pigs. 12 million ducks. And 202 million chickens. And how many? Thousands and thousands and millions of fishes. No calculation. Who will consider tiny fish? Who will consider? And I mean, in front of Krishna, we don't want to talk all this gross thing because, it saddens him so much. Rather, we do our duty, we remain Krishna conscious, and we give our association to such people so that gradually they will become non-vegetarian and then gradually they will become Krishnatarian, Krishna Prasadamtarian. That's how we can do our part. Life is short. We may not be able to save all this, but at least we can do something. I mean, consider, and I mean, I don't suggest you read. I have read and I stopped. Especially there is a book by Dr. Sahadev Prabhu. Yeah, Sahadev Prabhu. I mean, of course, it just goes on in detail. I read half and then I couldn't finish. It's like so much. And even on this website, the way they describe, the way the torturing happens, the way one of my friend, he is doctor, a pediatrician, the children doctor. So they study and they explain the abortion process, how the abortion is done. I mean, within the womb is different thing, but sometimes some cases outside. So then it's horrible. They put it in a warm wax. You know, they wax is there. You do the waxing, and then you take out the hair, unwanted hair. The same way you take out the unwanted child. You boil the wax, and then you put the child. Then it will separate the skin and then they can do so much nonsense. It's just, so we have to become Krishna conscious for ourselves, because Vaishnava is Paradukha Dukhi. So even if we become little Krishna conscious, little more Krishna conscious, the world will benefit. The world will benefit. So with that, let us pray. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare, Hare. Of course, we can't tell them this directly. We can't just go to their face and tell, because just yesterday I see. But then gradually we give them the association. So it doesn't become confronting or like fighting spirit. Rather they understand our heart. When they understand our heart, they understand the compassion we have, the love we have for all the living entities. That compassion, that love will transform their heart. Otherwise, simply arguing, that fighting spirit will not help. You can't just go to your office and say, oh, you are eating this beef or chicken, don't. But rather you bring them prasadam. Friday cookies, make it cookie day. Make a sweet ball, the carob balls. If you don't know, you ask your wife. You don't have wife, you learn how to prepare. And you bring. And then that taste will give them that sweetness that they will forget all this other taste. They will forget. This is how we can do it. And it works. I have seen. Just yesterday it works. Hare Krishna. Granthara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.